Yo, what's ham YouTube? It's your favorite barber Jason, and I'm glad you tuned into this video because I'm about to answer the question that I get constantly about what clippers I use, what I use to take pictures and video, what I use to edit, all that good stuff. But before we get into that, go ahead, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you get notified each and every time I upload new content. And I appreciate every subscriber that I have, but to make it to that 10K mark, go ahead and smash that like button. Alright, so now that that's out the way, let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, this is everything that I use. I carry one bag and my tool belt, which we're going to talk about later. But first of all, we're going to start with my protection that I use. I have my face mask. Of course, we living in a pandemic, so I make sure that I want to keep my clients and myself safe. So I wear a face mask and I use these Nitrile gloves right here. These are very protecting against sharp objects. It's hard to break these gloves, so if you need a pair of gloves that you want to feel safe in, get you some Nitrile gloves. Then I got my Wahl premium guards right here. They're going to fit on every clipper, probably every clipper you can work with, Wahl especially, and they fit on these too. We're going to talk about those in a minute. Then I have my Isoplus 24-hour holding spray. This is a good holding spray. It will not leave your client's hair sticky or anything like that. Then you can't go wrong with the cool care. Gotta have some cool care. Keep everything clean, disinfected, and lubricated. Alright, 5 in 1. Alright, that's talked about. Now I got my cape right here. Got my neck strips. I keep a Sharpie with me just in case I need to make notes or anything like that or whatever. Then I have my hand sanitizer that I use before I put on the gloves and after I put on the gloves. When I put on the gloves, I either put the hand sanitizer on top of the gloves or I use the cool care since it's a disinfectant. So I want to make sure I cover all bases when I talk about cleaning this. Then I got a pick right here. Then I got these combs and brushes. And now we're going to talk about the clippers and the trimmers that I use. So first of all, we're going to talk about this BaBylissPRO trimmer right here. Now, I seen these on the internet everywhere, and first of all, I thought they were hype, so I didn't want to order any. But then I was like, I fell into it. I'm like, all right, let's see what the hype is about. So I got them. After I done some research on them, I found out that Ferrari actually designed the motor that goes into these trimmers and these clippers. So I was like, okay, let me invest in these and see what's going on with them. So I bought them, and out the box they're okay, but they aren't zero gap. But they come with a tool that allows you to zero gap them with no problem. They're really easy to zero gap, and they're a workhorse. So I'm glad I picked these up. My next trimmer that I use, I've been using this trimmer for the past 3 years, which is my Andis Slimline Pro Li. The battery life on this thing right here is about 90 minutes, I think, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, once again, out the box, it's not zero gap like I wanted it. So there's this barber that I follow by the name of Chuka the barber, who invented a zero gap tool called the 10-second setter. And you throw your blade in there and you tighten up the screws. That's all you need to do to set it, and you perfectly zero gap your trimmer. So alright, talked about the combs and brushes. I got a blade holder, which you can see this thing been through the ringer. I've been using this same blade holder for the past 10 years. I see no purpose in buying a new one because it does the job. Then I have my Andis Pro Lithium Li shaver, right? Go blades up at the top. This thing lasts forever. I may charge this thing probably once a month, if that. So the battery life on this thing right here is freaking amazing. Alright. Next thing I have is my BaBylissPRO clipper. Once again, didn't understand the hype. I got them. Now I see what the hype is about. These things right here are a monster, and they not light at all. First, when I went to the store and picked them up, I was like, they kind of heavy. But then when I thought of, okay, I used to use the Masters, the Andis Masters, and they feel about the same. They may be a little lighter, but battery life on this thing right here is awesome. The power behind it is awesome. So Ferrari did an amazing job when it came to designing this motor on the inside of this. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know I been using this clipper right here forever. It's a Wahl magic clip, and the reason why I love this clipper is because of the stagger tooth blade that's on it. It allows you to feather really easy when it comes to blending, so you have no problem blending any type of hair that you want to blend. It's gonna cut through everything. These blades right here is crazy sharp. So all right, now we're gonna talk about this tool belt. Right, I was on Instagram, just randomly scrolling through Instagram, and I saw this. I forgot where I was. I know I wasn't on my feed. I think I was on the explore page or something like that or whatever. And I saw this. I was like, yo, that's dope. I don't have to carry around 2 bags. I can just dump all my clippers in one and in a tool belt and have another bag for the rest of my stuff. It's dope. You know, I travel a lot, so being portable is my main goal. So shouts out to Mpire Barber. If you want this tool belt, I'm gonna leave a link somewhere, either in the video or in the description or whatever, so you can go pick this thing up. I'm telling you, it's made out of premium leather. Like, you don't have to worry about this thing tearing up or disintegrating on you, anything. The belt, it goes from, I think, a 32 inch to a 44. I think that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so now that that's out the way, yo, go pick this thing up. I'm telling you, pick this thing up. Now that that's out the way, I want to talk about everything that I use to record and edit and all that stuff. First thing I want to talk about is my Osmo, my DJI Osmo Mobile 3. This thing right here is awesome for like vlogging or whatever. So you just put your phone in here and you don't have to worry about your footage shaking around, anything like that. It has the controls actually on the device itself. So you got the record, you got the mode button, you can move the camera around. Like, this thing right here works magic. So I like this thing. It was around 180. It may be a little cheaper now because I bought it when it first came out, and I spent like 180 on it, so it might be a little cheaper. You might want to go look at these and pick this up, because I love this thing. It's perfect for like vlogging and everything. It doesn't take up too much space. It fits in this little box, or you can stick it right in your pocket. That's how small it folds up to be. So I got that. Then I want to talk about my camera. I have the Canon EOS Rebel T3i. It's an old camera, yes, I know, and that goes to show that you don't need the most updated camera equipment to take pictures and videos with. This is an awesome DSLR. The only thing that I wish that it did was had the Wi-Fi capabilities, so wherever I take pictures and videos, I can automatically send it to my phone and don't have to, you know, take the memory card out and stick it in the computer or whatever and edit that way. But it is what it is. I'm not buying a new DSLR no time soon, so I'm gonna keep this one. These are the lenses that I use. The kit lens that came with it, the 18 to 55 millimeter came with it. It's a zoom lens. Well, not really like a zoom lens, but you can zoom in and out pretty decent amount. So wherever you are in tight spaces, you can get close up, far away if you need to. That's a good lens right there if you're starting with photography. It's gonna come with basically any camera is gonna have this 18 to 55 millimeter lens with it. Then I went and bought what we call a nifty 50. This is a dope lens when you see it's 55 millimeter lens. The images that it take when you like to see the subject in focus and the background blurred out, which is called bokeh. If you like that bokeh look, this is a lens that you might want to go pick up. It's fairly inexpensive because it's been around forever, but they do have expensive versions of these, which the reason why they get more expensive is because the actual glass that goes in it. You can get sharper images, but a little 50 millimeter lens isn't gonna cost you that much. Then I have my TT520 second edition flash from Godox. This is a dope flash. You know, it has modes on it. You got your 2 slave modes, you have the master mode, then you have these flash increments from the intensity of the flash. Then you got these the transmitter that comes with this. It actually comes with its own transmitter, so you don't have to worry about buying a transmitter. They have different modes that you can put it in depending on how many flashes you have and which flashes you want to fire, so you can select which ones, and it has a selection thing on this one too. So the battery life, it does eat up a lot of batteries if the power flash is high, but that's with any battery powered flash. Alright, so now I got my Insta360 Evo. this camera here, right? So what this camera is a 360 180 VR camera. It shoots up to 5.7K images and videos, and when you go into the 180 mode, which this is the 180 mode this way, you get 3D videos. And talking about 3D, I'm starting to shoot all of my tutorials in 3D using this camera right here. And what the 3D actually does is it actually puts you in the video instead of just watching the video. I don't know how else to explain it, but when you're watching the video playback, it's like you're standing right next to me, right? So in order for you to get that full immersive experience, you're gonna have to get yourself a VR viewer. I'm gonna leave a link to the VR viewer that I use to watch playback and edit my videos. That's made by Google. It's not expensive at all. I think it's around like $5 to $6 or something or whatever. It's Google Cardboard, so you can be able to watch the videos and, you know, basically like stand right next to me while I'm doing what I'm doing. The next thing that I want to bring to your attention is I have a 12-inch ring light, which I'm actually using right here to record the video. It's made by Socialite. You got companies like Newer that makes them too, but find you a ring light. You may or may not need to use it. When I go to different locations, depending on the lighting situation on the inside or wherever I'm at, I may or may not need to use it. It also can stuff in the same bag that I put everything else in. So like I say, I have a bag and I have this on my waist. That's it. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about I film with my phone. I have an iPhone XR as of right now. I'm going to go back to Samsung, back to Droid, right? I'm an avid Droid user. I bought the iPhone for other reasons or whatever. And I know all y'all fanboys out, y'all iPhone fanboys out there are, you know, blowing the gasket right now, but don't cancel me over this. I'm gonna go to Samsung because the S20 has the lenses that I want for the type of footage that I want to be able to shoot, and I don't have to use these when I'm in a active situation. I can just pull out my phone, flip to the camera, and snap instead of unpacking a camera. Now I'm going to talk about the apps that I use. I use this app called Flimic Pro, which I'm recording right now, which allows you to open up all the capabilities of your cell phone. You talk about the exposure, you talk about the f-stop, all of that. You can function just like you do with a DSLR in your camera. The app is called Flimic Pro. To edit those videos, the app that I use is called Lumafusion. Lumafusion is L-U-M-A Fusion, one word. Simple. It's easy. It does everything I need to do when I'm on the go. Stick video in there, cut, edit, whatever I need to do voiceovers, all that good stuff, right? So pictures on the phone, there's the app, probably heard of it, by Adobe, the same people that make Photoshop, called Lightroom. It does color correction, everything you can do on a computer, you can do in Lightroom. It's so simple. You just import your images and do whatever you need to do. Then I have another app that I use called Over. Now this is the app that I use when I want to put text on images or add put images together, make collages, all that good stuff. Over is a really good app. Okay, now I want to talk about my laptop. This laptop that I use is my baby. I just bought it. It's called the Lenovo Yoga. It's a 15.5 inch monitor. It has a Core i7 processor in it. It's a 10th generation and it has 16 gigs of RAM. So I can do anything on it, especially when I'm editing my 3D video. It takes up a lot of RAM, so this right here can handle it. The processor needs to be strong for you to be able to edit 3D video. Alright, so the programs that I use on here for my videos and my images, my videos, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. It's not a free application, anything like that. I think you pay like $45 a month. It's a subscription based thing or whatever. It comes with every application that Photoshop has, if you want to do a UX, IX, like Photoshop, everything. $45 a month, you get every app that Adobe makes that you can edit anything on. So speaking of Photoshop, I also use Photoshop to edit all of my pictures too when I'm not using Lightroom and Over. So if I'm on the go and I'm using Lightroom and Over, I use Lightroom and Over when I'm on the go. When I'm at the house, crack this bad boy right here open, pop open Photoshop, edit my pictures in Photoshop. Alright, so now that you got a gist of everything that I use, I hope I answered all of y'all questions. If you got any more questions, please feel free to ask me, because I try to get back to everybody as quickly as possible. So I'm not one of these people out here that feel like just because I have a certain amount of people that follow me or know about me that I'm all Hollywood or anything like that. But no, I answer everybody. I speak to everybody. I'm a very cordial person. So yeah, I hope I answered all y'all questions. I'm rambling again, but like I said, if you got any more questions, please feel free to ask. Anything that you see listed here is going to be in the description, or I'm going to tag it somewhere so you know exactly where to get it. So now hopefully I answered all of y'all questions, and if you got any more questions, please feel free to ask me. And before I leave, I want to let y'all know that I'm on my own tour called the Ain'nahman Barber Tour. If you like what I do, you like how I cut, you like my face, you like my videos, my tutorials, or whatever it is that you like, and you want me to come to your city, all you got to do is go to my site. It's jasonthebarber.net, JSONthebarber.net, and click on where it says Ain'nahman Barber Tour and just fill in your information. I get a notification, and then I'll be able to let you know when I'm in your city. So be sure to do that. Alright, this your favorite barber, Jason, and I'm out of this guy. Ain'nahman.